2014 Chevy Equinox is a small, compact-sized SUV crossover that was designed and priced to compete against the larger SUV crossovers such as the CR-V. The Chevy Equinox is an SUV that can seat 5 people comfortably, but added to the fact of being an SUV, it gets great gas mileage. Bought this car when it had 12 miles on it, and 142 now. And my average since I've had the car has been about 20.2 miles to the gallon. But my average driving from place to place, I'm getting around 35 to 40 miles to the gallon, depending on how the traffic conditions are and whether or not I can set the cruise control. When you buy a 2014 Chevy Equinox, you can choose between the 4-cylinder or the V6, and you can choose between front wheel and all-wheel drive. Each have their ups and each have their downs. If we talk about the power plants, the 4-cylinder allows for the EcoBoost button. It's a little button that remaps the engine to use as little fuel as possible, making the engine a little more sluggish, so it's not good to use on the highway, but gives you better around town fuel economy. The V6 engine doesn't have this Eco button because the engine is set up differently. Also, the front wheel drive is obviously going to get the better gas mileage. The all-wheel drive is going to get slightly worse, but not too bad. As it sits, they're advertised as this car being a 26 miles per gallon SUV, and this is the 4-cylinder all-wheel drive. And this is a 4-cylinder front-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive model is advertised to be 20.2 miles to the gallon. The backup camera, as nice as it is to have, it's kind of a letdown. There are other companies not Chevy, so Ford and all the other companies that do a backup cam do it much better than Chevy. Yes, it is a camera, and yes, it works. And yes, it comes standard on all of them. But it doesn't give you the lines on the screen to tell you how close you are to hitting something or where the dimensions of your car. Therein lies why I don't like it. It is one of the only gripes I can honestly say I have with this car. Now, one of the great features I like that I've never had before, that I actually paid for in this car, is the remote starter. Really nice for on a hot day, such as today. You can have the car cooled down by the time you get in it. To activate it, you simply lock it and hold down the button. And on starts the car. If you hold it again, it'll turn it off. Comes in handy. Once you get it started, insert the key, turn it on, let the car recognize that it's the right key for the car. And whoop, you're ready to go. Standard things that come with the car. It comes with OnStar for 6 months. It comes with XM radio for 3 months. It comes standard with AC, power windows, doors, locks, comes with keyless entry. It comes with power mirrors with blind spot detection, and I'm going to put a little picture in here so you can see what they actually look like. The blind spot pieces on it really only show you what's going on in the lane directly next to you. It's not really so much of a blind spot as to where it would help you park, but it's there. It also comes with the ability to that express down, where you just press the window button once and it goes down. It comes with that on all 4 windows. So you press the button and it goes all the way down. It doesn't go all the way back up. You do have to hold it, but it goes on all windows, including the one that I have my camera mounted to. As you can see, back ones as well. I know you can't see them, but they went down. It's a medium-sized SUV, and it's quite nice to drive. It's quite pleasant. It's not too big. It's not too bulky. It does feel like you're just driving a larger car. It doesn't feel like you're driving a van or an SUV, and it's a crossover. Now, let's take another look at this Eco button I was talking about. The Eco button is located right here, directly in front of the shifter. I'm going to put a picture of that. What you do is when you press that button, it remaps the engine. Now, the engine is set to run on 2 different maps. There's a map that it would normally run, where it has full power, normal power delivery, normal fuel consumption, and it's what a normal SUV should feel like. When you press that button, it uses the alternate map, where it uses the least amount of fuel that the car can get by and use it. bit sluggish to accelerate, which could be a problem if you needed to like avoid an obstacle or make a quick getaway. But it does save you fuel. It does do its purpose. So here's your look at the Equinox from the driver's seat. Very stylish interior. The seats do have the where it right here will puff up or puff down. They are electric. They do move forward and back. They're really nice. The back, pretty open, pretty spacious. The back seats do fold down so that you can have a flat line with the trunk. The car is pretty spacious and I do enjoy it. And it's well styled. And for the price, you really can't beat it. Now, let's go over some features of the radio. Turn on the radio. And if I can get the camera to show you. It is a touchscreen. Press the home button, you go, and you get all your options, kind of like a little mini version of a tablet or something. You go over, you configure everything else. It integrates with your phone, so when your phone's plugged in, you can get Pandora through your phone. It'll come through to it, and you can actually access it. You have your tone, so you can modify it, or modify the way the sound is in your car. Weather updates when your phone is connected or through OnStar. Either way, you'll get weather updates. You have the regular AM radio, your FM radio, your XM radio, making phone calls when it's connected to Bluetooth. Bluetooth, that's another thing. You can stream music via Bluetooth. If you hit that, anybody in the car that has their phone or music device paired through Bluetooth with the car can stream music to the car. Also, you have the fuel prices, which it looks up local fuel prices. If we take a look at the center console, you open it up. You have one tray for whatever you want, and then it's pretty big and spacious. You open it up, and it's a good deep size, and with a rubber mat at the bottom. Now, if you look right here, you can plug in your iPhone, iPod, or I believe Android devices, and I think it works. Cool part, when your phone is synced with Bluetooth or plugged into that, you actually have Siri through your phone, or through your car. With these buttons up here, you can navigate all your menus, up and down on the volume, mute, or cancel your voice command. Now you have your voice command, this button up on the top. Now, if you press it one time,
please say a command.
It brings up the car's menu.
Goodbye.
Press this to cancel out. If you hold it, it brings up Siri. Siri, tell me a joke.
Lance Corporal Decker gets serious. Ha ha.
Obviously, you can connect to Siri and tell her to do anything you want, like on the opposite side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control. Now, unlike other cars, when your cruise control is on and you turn the car completely off and back on, cruise control stays on and stays ready. Press this slider down to set it or to reduce speed, and up to resume or increase speed. Cancel, and then you have your cruise control on or off button. Take a look at the side panels. This is where you got your power windows on all of them. You have your window locks, so nobody else but you can do it, and your mirror adjustments, obviously. Now, right there is a cool feature I like. You got your power locks for the driver's side door, but you can come over to the radio and lock or unlock the entire car. Also, you can turn on child lock, so only you can unlock the car. And in the center, you have your panic button, obviously. Now, in the center, between the two tacks, you have your RPMs on the one side, and you also have your miles per hour on the other side. In those tacks, in between them, you have your MPG gauge inside the little LCD screen. Now, inside the LCD screen, you have quite a bit of options. Average fuel economy can be displayed. Fuel range, how much you can get to this tank. Your trips, your speed, and digital if you don't like the analog tack. Navigation, if you have that equipped in your car. It will appear on the menu regardless of whether or not you have it. I don't have it in this car. Timer, average vehicle speed, and back to your fuel economy. As you can see, the little screen in the center, when it's set to do fuel economy, will show you a little gauge on the left side. It tells you what your total average is. At the top, it tells you what your current is. And to the right of the gauge, you have your best. And what it does is every 50 miles, it takes your average and it makes the best score. You can change the mile distance to be a full tank, 450 miles, 25 miles, or the 50 mile setting. Every 50 miles, it'll make a new best score, whether or not if you go higher than your previous best score. Right now, mine is at 20.5 miles to the gallon. It is my best score for a total of 50 miles. That's the average that was traveled throughout the entire 50 miles. These buttons right here are how you are operating that center screen. You can clear or select any data with this button, up or down, scroll through the different screen options, and then the menu option for it. Located inside the RPM tach is your little eco light. That light is illuminated once you have the eco button turned on. If you turn off the eco, it turns off. And next to that, in the center of that screen that we were already talking about, when you turn eco on, the car tells you that the eco mode is now on. Once the screen goes away, your car is officially in eco mode, and a little eco light comes back on. So let's take a minute to overlook everything else. Touchscreen radio, integration with your phone, very well done. Backup cam, great gas mileage between 35 and 40 miles to the gallon, which to me is like unheard of for an SUV. You have decent, very minimum is a better word for it, blind spots, and a car that is fun to drive. Now, you're going to see some footage off to the side of the car driving over some bumps. It does handle, when you're driving on the road and driving conservatively with the fuel, it handles like a car. When you ask it to go over the bumps and everything else, it acts exactly as an SUV should. I do give this car my approval, and I do recommend it if you are in the market for a new car. It's great on fuel, and it doesn't make you look like a little prick, honestly. It doesn't. You're not driving around in like a Prius or something. Good gas mileage, fun to drive. There's really no reason not to get it. I give it my approval, and yeah. Another slightly disappointing factor about the car is in 2014, as of it is right now, the common trend is to have the LED eyelid daytime running lights. The car does have daytime running lights, but all it does is run one of the two headlights. Another downside is the car doesn't have HIDs, it has normal light bulbs. The mirrors on the car do fold in, if needed. Comes off the showroom floor with slightly tinted windows. That's a plus. The car does have storage racks on top. I'm told that these storage racks can hold 250 pounds easily. Has four-wheel disc brakes, all four wheels, and came with nitrogen-filled tires. So, share this video with your friends if you liked it. If you do like the car, go get the car. I would appreciate you liking this video, rating it up, leaving a comment down in the comment section, and subscribing to my channel, Decker45, for all sorts of other kind of videos. Check it out. Until next time, it's Decker45 signing out. Now I gotta cut loose, foot loose, pick up your Sunday shoes. Ooh,